Speaking of love, can you tell the short version of Miriam's engagement? Because Dinah, of course, played a major role.
Oh my goodness.
That is so loud, though.
Oh my God! All right. When Miriam was the neurotic one, and in those days, neurotic meant difficult to live with and unmarried, and unable to get along with a man. But when I was 12, so I don't know if you remember this, Miriam became engaged. She was at the beach, and she met a man on the beach by the name of Jack. And Bernie and I had very decided feelings about Jack. And of course, you weren't born yet. What am I talking about? I was 12.
Yeah.
But Bernie and I took one look at Jack, and we did not like him. But Miriam was engaged to Jack. And that's right. I know what you're asking me, Herbie, or Yuri. And so she became engaged to Jack, and Jack was brought to the house, and just imagine sleazy, whatever your version of sleazy is, that's the way he was. Total sleazeball. And Bernie and I, we pinched each other. We just stood side by side. We had to be so polite. We're just standing there, and he's pinching me, and I'm pinching him. And she's engaged to Jack. And it comes the day for the blood test. And she goes off happily to the blood test. And she calls, it's 11 o'clock, he hasn't showed up. She calls 12 o'clock, he hasn't showed up. At 1 o'clock, she comes back into Bubin Zeta's apartment, and we're all there. Dinah, of course, is in charge of everything. And her heels are tottering because she's so distressed. And Dinah says, okay, you leave it to me, I take care of it, I'll discover the whole thing. And Miriam takes to her bed. And Dinah makes some phone calls. And the next day, she comes in, and we're all in Miriam's room, and Miriam is lying in bed. And whenever Miriam felt something bad happen, she would get a stomach ache. And Dinah sits down on the edge of the bed, and she says, first of all, he's married. And Dinah said, and Miriam says, no, he's divorced. No, he's married. Her name is Doris. He's got 3 kids.
Oh my goodness.
And Dinah and Miriam said, but he said he's divorced, no children. Her name is Doris. I just spoke to her, and let me tell you, she's no Metzia herself. And so Miriam is looking down at her hand, because Miriam had the ultimate thing. She had an engagement ring. It was probably from Woolworths. I don't know. No, probably wasn't actually. And it was ruby. It was ruby with little diamonds around it. And she had been polishing that ring, for weeks now. And she looks down at her ring and she says, I guess I'll give it back to him. And Dinah says, sure, I'll take care of it for you. Take care of it for you. Miriam pulls it, and she can't get it off. Her finger is so swollen. So I get some soap. I never much liked Miriam. And so I pulled too hard, and it hurt. So anyway, we got it off her, and she gives the ring to Dinah. And Dinah goes downstairs, and with me, and with Bernie. And then she comes back upstairs. And it's a little procession. It's Bernie's in charge, ahead, and then me, and then Dinah. And Dinah's carrying something in a newspaper. And she hands it to Miriam. And what it is, what she had done downstairs in your apartment on the kitchen table, she put the ring on a newspaper, and she got a hammer. And she smashed the whole thing to bits. And she's got this thing in the and Miriam is dying here. And Dinah says, I couldn't decide. I should mail it back to him or flush it down the toilet. And she said, I decided you should mail it. He should know.
Yep, just like that.
Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah.